Yeah, all there is stillness. Stillness in the midst of the apparent chaos that may seem to be going on in the mind. But the stillness is always there. It doesn't go anywhere. If it seems as if it's no longer there, it could be that the attention is more focused on the apparent chaos that seems to be going on. But the stillness is always there. In the midst of the mind going crazy, searching, giving up, confused, there is always the stillness, that background, which isn't changing at all. It's just there. There's no efforts really to get to it. There's no way to get to it because it is everything. It is even that which appears to be the chaos, the busy mind, frustration, looking for something other than this. The imagination of the character, what is felt to be the character being here. It is just this stillness also appearing as that. There's no getting closer to it. There's no one to get closer to it. There's no one to get further away from it because it is the only thing that is. It is always here. There's no distance to cover, and there's no one who separates from it to cover any distance. That can be seen as just an appearance uh, from this stillness. So this is already what is being looked for, just this. And this isn't a thing that can be seen, that can be gotten. It is not somewhere out there. It is not dividing line. There is no separation. It is always here. There's nothing. It is what you really are, not the idea you have of who you are. It is it is ageless. It is genderless and ever present as every apparent thing. Yet itself as it is, it's nothing. It is found already. There's no one to find it because it's already everything. There's no one separate, or there's no one who separates from everything to find everything. All there is everything. All there is totality already. This is already complete. This is wholeness already. It is not a thing, therefore it can never be found. It is that which appears to be the mind. It is that which appears to be thoughts, feelings, sensations. It is that which appears to be the body. It is everything already. So somebody being there looking for this is just a story appearing in this wholeness. Somebody looking for help to get closer to this or to find this. That's just a story. This can't be found. This is already here as everything. So somebody looking for it's just nothing. It's just an appearance. Somehow that's may seem not to be taken seriously because it is always recognized that it is already that which is being longed for. It is already that which is being looked for, appearing as somebody looking for this. So that may seem to stop. The seeking may seem to stop. And there is always that recognition that the seeker, the one who seemed to be seeking for this, just never happened. That one was already not there as separate from what is being looked for, as separate from what is being searched for. So it's just a dream without the dreamer. So, so whenever the dream is, it is always recognized that it's just never happened. It was just an imagination, just a story, an empty story for no one. So Ngozi and Charles just never happened. It's just a dream without the dreamer. There's no one dreaming. So there's no one to wake up. There can only be a recognition that it was just a dream for no one. So there's no one to celebrate or to rejoice after, to to bring along family members to to celebrate together about what has been found. All the family members, brothers and sisters, just suddenly disappeared, and there's no one found. It is always seen that they just never happened. Somehow, in a way, it is seen that everything was you already. There wasn't anyone who was separate from you. It was you. Everything. I mean everything. Every mountain, every tree, every cloud, every planet, space, the universe. Everything is yourself, is you. Not you as a person, but you as just nothing, as wholeness, as everything. It is already you that is playing all these characters. It is already you that appears to be trees, to be little babies in the hospital, the buildings, the volcanoes, the ministers, the presidents, everything. Everything is yourself. Everything is this, if I may say. There is nothing separate from this. If this body were to be obliterated, you know, nothing can really be found here. So these bodies are within vastness, wholeness, spaciousness. Or I can say as well, all these things are within you. So if all these things were to be exploded or were to be obliterated, you know, there's always you that is left. There's always this vastness that is left, unshaken. It is not moved by anything. It is indestructible. It is deathless. It is birthless. It is not a thing that can be destroyed. So death and birth is just a story. You were never born, therefore you'll never die. The apparent character may seem to uh, the story or in the story may seem as if somebody has been born to the world and somebody has died, but it's just a story. It's just a story. Everything is empty because everything is this. This, to say this or not this, is the same. Not this and this is this already. There is no escape.
Immutable. Read that word this morning. Immutable. Do you know that word?
Immutable.
Immutable.
Does it mean indestructible?
It kind of means indestructible, but I think it's even more indestructible than immutable. Uh, unchanging over time or unable to be changed. Something that is immutable will never change or cannot be changed. Formal.
It's a beautiful word. Immutable.
Yeah, I think it also implies, I mean, people don't apply it to anything that's physical, right? Immutable is like, principles of physics and so forth. Mutable are just things that always are beyond inscription or agreement or, yeah. People talk about immutable facts, right? But you're talking about immutable beyond facts.
Mm. Yeah, this really doesn't really mind itself. It doesn't mind. What seems to be things in other people is already this. So this, in a way, sees itself as everything. So it doesn't mind really. But somehow, when it identifies with the character, when it's sense of being separate, it may seem to mind what is being said, somebody saying or insulting, may seem to mind. It may seem to swear, to be angry, frustrated, confused. But that's just how it's placed. That is not an evidence that there is a real somebody who's there. It's just this already appearing as that. It doesn't matter what the person is saying, is doing, is trying to do, confused or not confused, being angry, not liking a certain story. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Because it is seen that everything is empty. There's no real story. There are no real people. There are no real things. It's not wrong or right to say or to think that there are real people, to take this life seriously. It's not wrong or right. It's just how this plays out. You know, it's just how everything plays out. It's beautiful. Exactly what seems to be happening right now. It's beautiful. Nothing needs to be added. Nothing needs to be subtracted or changed. Mm. Yet there may be the changeful may seem to happen. The change may seem to take place. It doesn't really matter. Even when it seems to matter, it doesn't matter. This is freedom. This is freedom. Not for the person. The person can never be free because the person does not exist. Where is the person except as a thought? There is no real separate person except as a thought construct, even right now. What appears to be somebody who's separate is just a thought. It may ask a question as well, say, but how? But why is this? Why is that? That's just another thought. Yet you can also say it is this already, saying why it is, why that. So that's right now is not somebody, it is seeing. It is innocent, it is quiet, it is not a thing that sees. It's just seeing. It doesn't have any culture attached to it. It doesn't have any race attached to it. It doesn't have any memory attached to it. It's just seeing. It's just a simple seeing. Just like a newborn baby. A newborn baby doesn't have knowledge about things. It doesn't know the labels that this is a computer screen. So when the newborn baby sees, it just sees nothing because everything is nothing. Even right now, everything is nothing. So there's nothing to see, and there's nothing seeing. You can say this is and isn't.
I tend to say that.
Yeah. What seems to be a computer screen, a microwave, a fridge is nothing. What seems to be a wall, the space, the blue sky, the laughter that is going on, the noise, cars hooting, bills to pay. It's just nothing. There may be a belief that it's something, that it may seem to matter, but really It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter, yet there may seem to be a movement, there may seem to be an action, paying bills, fixing whatever that needs to be fixed, painting the walls. Mm. That's just a reaction. That's just an action. It's got nothing to do with the separate self. It can be done even when there is no sense, that sense of being separate from everything is not there. It can still be done. They can still be going to the loo, not as somebody going to the loo, but just going to the loo, walking in the park with family, gathering for the picnic, going to the bathroom for the meeting, eating your favorite meal. Things may still happen, but it doesn't have to be somebody who's a doer who, who can say, no, I'm doing this, I know I'm doing this. Yet that too, it doesn't really matter. If there's still somebody who claims to do things, that's beautiful. Because also it's still an expression of totality of everything. So every movement, every action that seems to be happening is beautiful because it is an expression of wholeness already. Every question is okay. Every answer is okay. Doubts, fears, laughter, everything is beautiful. Ooh, is it still going on?
Yeah, he's now talking about killing people.
Mm.
Might be out there.
Ah, sorry about that.
Well, it's a nice illustration of what you're talking about. The mind can take itself so seriously it breaks itself. You know, you can't hear that. You can't hear that.
No,
These microphones are amazing. It must figure out the distance somehow. I don't know. Uh, yeah, I think I better call the police. They're not so bad with them. They know them.
yeah. So sometimes when you dealing with other calls, does that somehow disturb you as well?
Yeah.
Mm.
We sitting there talking on like government calls with serious people, suits. Damn, motherfucker killing guy, baby. Yeah, it's stuff.
Yeah.
So many times this week, I was out in the forest or meditating or just doing work, and it just felt like everything was just imbued with this love, the love of nothingness.
Yeah.
And this morning out in the forest and today and everything, it just feels like it's imbued with the angst of nothingness, fear,
Mm.
hollowness. No.
Yeah. All there is love. All there is unconditional love. Everything is unconditional love. Every action is unconditional love, expressing as that. Every thinking, every movement, every sensation, even if it feels, even if they are bad feelings or good feelings, it doesn't really matter. It's just how unconditional love expresses itself. It expresses itself as somebody shouting in the streets, going crazy, saying all sorts of things. That's unconditional love. Even the one who seems to be bothered by that, that's already unconditional love. Also expressing as that everything is just okay the way it is. Even when there is something that is trying to change what seems to be happening, that's beautiful too, because it's already an expression of unconditional love. That's how unconditional love expresses itself. It doesn't really mind the apparent happening, because the apparent happening is its expression already. It doesn't mind uh, somebody getting angry about the situation that's going on. It doesn't mind if somebody seems to be swearing, you know, calling out names in the streets. It doesn't matter. It's just how unconditional expresses itself. There are no conditions to this boundless energy, if I may say. There are no conditions. So anything may arise, you know, anything may arise. Even what seems to be good and what seems to be bad. Even when there is no acceptance, it doesn't matter. Everything is empty already. This doesn't say there shouldn't be any reaction when is somebody shouting in the street. It doesn't say there should be. Should be, I don't mind. Even the reaction to that, expressing some feelings or feeling something about what seems to be happening, that's okay too. Every reaction is beautiful. There are no should, or shouldn'ts here.
That said, some things sure seem pretty bad. Some things seem bad.
That's is accepted too, as it is. There's no judgment.
Even of judgment.
Even the judgment, the apparent judgment is not judged. Somehow it is seen that it's just this judging itself. There is no real, actual, separate judge to judge anything. So this stillness is always there, even in the midst of a conversation that seems to be going on. There is the stillness, there is the silence, which isn't disturbed by anything. It's not disturbed by anything already. Whether there's talking happening or not talking happening, it doesn't matter, but it is always there. The mind going crazy, the mind uh, thinking, going deeper in thinking, the mind judging, the mind trying to find something else. It's okay. It's beautiful. That's as it is always seen from that unchanging background. The backdrop is unchanging. It's just this watching itself, taking action, going to the left, going to the right, going up, going down.
Little different today.
Sorry?
Little different today.
I sound different.
Huh?
You said I sound different today.
No, no, this whole thing has been a little different today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I'll stop the camera here.